In today's video, me and Shay are going to be showing you 3 full days worth of fossil hunting. We're going to be finding lots of ammonites and other fossils at the beach, as well as showing you some of our favourite fossils from home. First of all, with day 1, we've headed straight down to the beach. We're going to be doing lots of spot the fossil within this video to see if you can have a look and spot the same fossils that I'm seeing as well. Should be a pretty interactive episode. Let's get started. Here we are with the first ammonite that we've spotted as soon as we've got down onto the beach. I'll give you a moment to see if you can spot where it is. This fossil is just down there. You can see there the pyritic outer edge of this Jurassic ammonite fossil. It's pretty heavy from all of the pyrite. Incredibly difficult to prepare, if at all possible, so this is one we'll be cracking open with our hammer and chisel later on. I've also come across another fossil here. I'll give you another moment to see if you can find it. Looks to be pretty big and impressive. The one I've spotted is right down here. Now, it certainly looks like it has a lot of potential to be a big impressive Hildoceras ammonite, but I can't quite tell for certain just yet. You can see there what looks to be the outer edge of it and another part of the fossil there, but it's face down. I've got no idea what's on the other side. I've not looked just yet. Let's turn it over and see. Awesome! It's a complete Hildoceras ammonite. Really lovely size as well. Of course, it's partially worn. However, the other side of the fossil, if we were to remove the limestone from it, would in theory be completely intact on that side. Some further preparation will definitely benefit this specimen. Brilliant. I've already spotted a number of really lovely fossils, and there's still even more to come. After we found a few more, I'm going to go and crack them open. You'll soon see in the video that quite a few of them open really nicely. Getting straight back into the fossil hunt, let's see if you can spot this next ammonite that we've managed to come across. This one is right over there. You can make out from this distance that there is a fossil inside. Not the easiest of ammonites to spot. Perhaps if you're watching on your TV, it will be a bit easier to see it at home. But definitely let me know in the comments if finding these fossils at home is too difficult, too easy, or about right. And I can make them more interactive and fun to get involved with in future. But again, there we have it, a really lovely ammonite specimen, and we've spotted yet another ammonite. Can you see where this one is? This one's quite tricky to spot, but you might be able to manage it. Again, it's quite subtle, but right down here we can make out that this limestone rock contains a complete Jurassic ammonite, around 185 million years old. This type of fossil is so tempting to open right away with the hammer and chisel. We'll decide at a later date if we're going to crack this one open or prepare it with the finer tools, but we're certainly going to be opening up a variety of nodules today. Hope you've enjoyed having a look for those ammonites. Let's move on to the next part of the video.
Well, I think we did very well there. Just in that very, very short look, we actually found probably the best finds of the day. All our finds came in about 5 minutes of having a look. And sometimes you can easily spend quite a few hours looking and not find anything. So this is completely the opposite. We found all our best finds in pretty quick succession. Before I started filming today, I actually did come across several other bigger nodules. So I thought we'll break them open together now. And also, I actually found a few other little ammonite multi-blocks, and I split a couple open off camera, and one has a really big pyritic specimen which is about to be revealed. I've not seen it yet myself, so we'll have a look at that together as well, and a few other little pieces.
I'm looking forward to cracking open some of these large limestone nodules, and I'm really excited to open that pyritic specimen which we initially found. Not only that, but don't forget at the end of day 1 of fossil hunting, I've got a really incredible fossil from our collection to show you. It's really, really cool. In just a moment, we'll open the ammonites.
The first fossil is this little one. It's got some really nice black calcite on it. It's really nice. Very well preserved. It's got a really thick layer of pyrite over it though, so unfortunately it'd be very difficult to prepare any further. But still a really lovely little piece. These other 2 pieces have quite a few partial ammonites. When I split this rock open, I really wasn't expecting it to contain this many fossils. I am really, really hoping when I remove this piece of rock, we have a perfect specimen underneath. Alright, well, so that's good. So it's revealed another bit of the ammonite, and I think it's probably, almost certainly actually, completely preserved underneath. So I think we've potentially got here a complete harpocerous ammonite with really heavy pyritization. I think this could be potentially a really, really nice piece. There we have it. This ammonite revealed almost completely, but we'll still need a bit of preparation work at home. But the next thing we're going to do is crack open a few of the bigger nodules. Well, unfortunately, I had this ammonite and I thought I'll just give it a quick crack. It's probably going to be incomplete and not preserved at all. And it's sod's law that it turned out to actually split open with a single tap of the hammer and revealed a pretty perfect ammonite. So, just goes to show you never know how these are going to go, but there we go, look at that. I could have bet that that would have opened much worse. Let's crack this one open first. Looks to be completely empty. Let's have a look at the next one. Nothing so far. Pretty nice crack through it. Okay, another one that's empty. Now here is the pyritic specimen that we're going to crack open. Now I wouldn't be surprised at all if this doesn't open very well, but it's completely unpreparable because of the amount of pyrite in it. You can tell because it's really green and really heavy. We'll give it a split open anyway. Sometimes they open quite nice. I think this has a really good potential. Look at that golden edge that's just been revealed. I'm actually quite excited to open this one up. Let's put that down to one side for a second, because here you can see the piece that's split off it. It's really 3D, very well preserved ammonite. We could be in for a real treat opening this up. Okay. Alright, well let's just go for it. See what we get. Oh wow! That is amazing! Oh wow, that is so nice. I was not expecting that at all, to be honest. Well, that just goes to show you really can never predict what's going to be inside these rocks. I've been pleasantly surprised, and now we have this specimen, which opens up to reveal a gorgeous pyritized Dactylioceras ammonite. Not too bad at all.
Here it is, about to appear. A 180 million year old partial upper jaw from a Jurassic marine crocodile. As you can see, there are teeth all the way down both sides of this jaw. I think my dad has done an incredible job preserving all of the teeth as best as possible. There's also another smaller piece of jaw which goes with this, and a little tiny piece of skull. However, it seems that this fossil was predated prior to fossilization. The back of the skull had been bitten off, and there was also no lower jaw in sight. The teeth down the side of the jaw at the bottom on the video currently are slightly preserved underneath the jaw, as though they've been bent inwards. You can see at the end the nostrils of the crocodile. It goes without saying that a find like this is very, very rare, and we were absolutely ecstatic to find this. It was one of our very, very first crocodile finds. We've now got our second day of fossil hunting coming up. Don't forget, we've still got day 3 to come after this one as well. There's still lots to look forward to.
Come out today for a little bit of fossil hunting. Let's have a look about and see what we can find. I've also got a really exciting fossil to show you at the end of the video. First thing I'm going to do is have a walk over to the boulder, just in the background over there. An absolutely massive piece of cliff that fell out quite a while ago, but it's really interesting to see. Here's an absolutely enormous piece of shale or piece of cliff that's fallen out. Fell out quite a while ago and probably came from this corner up here. It's one of the biggest lumps I've ever seen that's come out. It's incredible what the power of the sea can do. Just goes to show how important it is to always stay as far away from the cliffs as you can. So whilst the sea probably washed this out, there's also big lumps that just fall out on their own when you least expect it. Now let's have a little look across the beach and see what we can find. It's a nice little selection of fossilised compressed ammonites here. Completely flattened, as you can tell, but they look pretty nice. Gonna have a slow walk across just to begin with. Let's see if we can spot any fossils. So many pebbles to look through. It's quite possible I'm gonna walk over a couple. When I find one, I'll stop the camera and you can see if you can spot it as well. Okay, there's a little fossil in this shot. It's not an ammonite though, it's something else. So this fossil over here. This is some fossilised coral. It's a really nice pattern. I'm sure it would polish up really well. But I'll leave that there. There's also another fossil in this shot. Can you see where it is? And this one I'm looking at is over here. This is one of the belemnite fossils. It's one of these squid-like creatures. You can see here the belemnite guard, and there's the phragmocone at the back as well. As you can see, the phragmocone is really calcified. Not a bad little piece. Not been many fossils really on the first part of the beach, so I'm going to have a little walk further along. I'm sure there'll be a nice ammonite for us to find. There's a few more crushed ammonites just there. Pretty good size. Okay, so there's a really nice ammonite in this shot. Might be a bit easy to find, I'm not sure. Give you a few seconds to spot it. This fossil is right there. Looks like one which will just tap open so easily with the hammer. There we go. Let's have a look. Oh, that's really good. Couldn't have gone much better. Little bit of rock in the centre which just came out. There we have it. Might as well give it a quick wash off in the water as well. It's come out perfect. It's been a nice little fossil hunt just there. Got that really nice ammonite at the end. And I also found this nodule, which has several ammonites inside. You can see it's got a nice big perfect ammonite around that edge. It's got at least 2 or 3 more complete ammonites in, of all different sizes. This is one we'll prepare at home with the proper tools. There's lots and lots of ammonites inside. If you were to hit this with a hammer, it would break at least the majority of the fossils inside, even if one came out perfect. It's definitely one that we need to use the proper tools for. All in all, it's been a pretty good look for fossils. Back home now, and time to have a look at the special fossil which I mentioned earlier in the video. Today we're going to be having a look at a Plesiosaur vertebra. We'll have a little look at it now, and then I'll pick it up and show you around it. I've also got a smaller vertebra from a Plesiosaur to show you as well. And then we've also got a rib from the same Plesiosaur, which I'll show how it articulates with the vertebra. So let's have a look at the vertebra first to begin with. Here's the vertebra, sat amongst a pile of ammonites. I'll have a slow pan around it so you can have a good look all the way around this incredible bone. Goes without saying that Plesiosaur vertebrae are very, very rare, especially to get in this condition, where it is almost completely perfect. Plesiosaurs are an extinct marine reptile, and they look very similar to the creature that's based around the Loch Ness Monster myth. Had 4 very big paddles and a really long neck, usually with a small head at the end. That's a nice look at the vertebra. You can see how complete and perfect it is, and the preservation is very, very good. Now we'll have a look at the other Plesiosaur vertebra and then show how the rib articulates with it. This vertebra is also from a Plesiosaur, however unfortunately is an example of when a bone erodes out and is quickly damaged by the natural erosion of the sea and the rain and bashing against other rocks. Very, very quickly the detail is just completely lost. It's almost always the case, so finding one where all of the detail is still present is really unusual. Now let's have a look at the rib. This is a rib we were lucky enough to find from the same Plesiosaur. Came out in quite a few pieces, we had to piece it back together. Still a little bit of restoration to take place. And this is roughly where it would have fit onto the vertebra. In the third and final day of fossil hunting, coming up next, we've got 2 large nodules that we're going to be cracking open. These nodules look like they're going to contain something pretty spectacular. Let's have a look. Me and Shay have made it now to the location where we're going to be cracking open those really exciting ammonite nodules. These are nodules which we actually found on a different fossil hunt, but we saved them specifically to film them now because we're pretty sure they're going to crack open to reveal some potentially epic ammonite specimens. They don't come much better than this. We crack open quite a few ammonites on our videos, but these nodules are just on another level. We're really looking forward to opening them up. We already opened up 2 of them at the beach. I'll show you the first 2 that we opened, and then the other 2 which we're going to crack open right now I'll show you as well, and then straight after that we'll get on to cracking them open. Fingers crossed, this is going to be really cool. This is the first nodule which we already cracked open. Let's have a little look around it and then have a look at the fossils inside. Let's have a look. Gosh, look at that. We've got a nice big Elegantissimus ammonite and 1, 2, 3 little ammonites preserved next to it. Of course, this isn't prepared yet. When it's fully prepared, we'll reveal all of the ammonites and remove the centre of this one. Bit of preparation work to be done, but that's the first one. Then the other one we opened, we'll have a look at now. And if you think these fossils are good, the next ones, I think, are going to contain bigger ammonites. The ones that we're going to crack open today, that is. Looking at this one, again, we've got a really lovely ammonite inside. Still to be prepared, of course, but it opened up pretty nicely.
Now that we've seen the first 2 nodules, which we already cracked open, you have a good idea of what the nodules are going to look like that we're going to be cracking open in just a moment.
Here are both of the nodules. And I've got Shay over here as well.
I've been selected for the cracking duty, so hopefully they open alright. Wish me luck.
I think he's going to do a good job. Which one would you like to crack open first?
We'll get this one first.
Okay. We can see there's a partial ammonite, half of an ammonite right there, and no sign of anything else inside. There's no clues. It could be that this is all there was, just a little half ammonite on the edge. Shay's going to get his safety goggles on. It's obviously very important.
Right, let's give it a go. I'll aim for probably just here, along the other ammonite plane.
Oh wow, okay. God, look at all the sutures. Look how calcified that is.
Well, I'm glad it split okay.
Yeah, so we've got most of a pretty big ammonite, potentially a complete one tipped up on its edge. It could all be in there. There's a nice little one as well.
It's a nice unusual piece.
I really wasn't expecting one to be tipped up at that angle. That's really unusual. 2 to be laid flat and 1 just tipped up. Very strange. That's turned out really nice actually.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah?
Let's split the next one.
In this case, we know for a fact there's this big specimen hanging out of the edge. And the question is it fully preserved and runs into the rock? Or is it just the outer shell and there's nothing else? Let's open it up.
Safety glasses back on.
All right.
Okay, so it's gone better than expected actually, because it's gone under the ammonite. So hopefully it peels off the full thing. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Inside, an absolutely incredible Eleganticerus ammonite.
Oh, that is the best one in years.
Yeah, they don't get much better than that, do they? Nice size, nice preservation, good split. It's a really nice one.
That is a very good specimen.
Fits together perfect too.
Well, we're very, very happy with the outcome of that. The first one, I was expecting it to be a little bit better. However, it was still unusual the way the ammonites were preserved, so very happy with it. And the second specimen was just way above our expectations.
It made my mouth water.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. That's all the nodules we've got to crack open, unfortunately. I wish we had a lot more like that, but they are pretty rare. So we're fortunate to even have those 2 to crack open. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Every single nodule here contains an ammonite fossil. They range from large to small ammonites and also different species. The majority of nodules here will open up really well. You can never guarantee which ones will, however these have the best chance. If you'd like a selection of ammonites to open up yourself at home, please contact us on our Instagram page, yorkshire.fossils, or alternatively visit our official website, yorkshirefossils.net, for both ammonites to open yourself, as well as fully prepared specimens. And if you do get some, I really hope you enjoy opening them, and thanks in advance for supporting what we do. That's the end of all 3 days worth of fossil hunting. I really hope you enjoyed it. I've got a clip now just to round off the video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.